There is a secret RCMP report published recently which warns Canadians that they may revolt if they realize that how broke they are. And situation is going to get worse in next 5 years. If we link it with the present scenario of the market, yesterday Bell laid off another 400 people. Before Bell, media laid off 4,800 people, and every single industry is laying off the people. There is so much of manpower in the market. After these lays off, after the newcomers are here, the students are here, the work permits are here, how one will survive in this scenario? We don't think about next 5 years, how to survive in this inflation, with this new carbon tax, and with this market scenario. And maximum people in Canadian market, they don't have job now. They can't survive, they can't pay their mortgages. So any solution you have on that?
It's a nightmare. People are living an absolute nightmare. I never imagined it could be like this. But you're right, not only are people failing their mortgage payments, unable to feed their kids, they're now starting to lose their jobs. And the next chapter in the Justin Trudeau nightmare is unfolding with job losses. So we need a carbon tax election as quickly as possible so that we can defeat Trudeau, end this nightmare, and bring home the Canada that we know and love based on common sense. And I've laid out my plans how we're going to turn this around. We have to get rid of the inflationary deficits to bring down interest rates. We need to start to produce our resources here in Canada to bring home the jobs. We need to lower the tax burden so that people bring home more of their paycheck. We need to clear the bureaucracy to build homes people can afford. So my common sense plan is very straightforward. Axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, stop the crime. Thank you, Nitin. It's great to be with all of you here today and to share our common sense plan to axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, stop the crime. Obviously, last night was a terrible, terrible night for Canadians. After 8 years of Trudeau, everything costs more, work doesn't pay, housing costs have doubled, crime, chaos, drugs, and disorder are common in our streets. But we thought that there would be a small ray of hope with members uniting against this terrible April 1st tax increase. Trudeau wants to hike the carbon tax by 23% on April 1st as part of his plan to quadruple it all the way up to 61 cents a litre. Canadians cannot afford to pay more in taxes. And so we put forward a motion asking for all parliamentarians to spike the hike until I can axe the tax. And unfortunately, the NDP, Bloc, and Liberals joined together in a carbon tax coalition to raise taxes on Canadians. But so we lost the battle to spike the hike yesterday, but we're going to win the war for lower taxes. Yeah. And when I'm Prime Minister, we will axe the tax altogether. Right. There will be a carbon tax election. The next election is a referendum on the carbon tax.
That's right.
Do you want to raise the tax to 61 cents a litre, or do you want to axe the tax? That's the choice. It's that simple. In the meantime, Canadians are suffering. We see the inflationary debts and spending and taxes have driven up costs to the point where 2 million Canadians a month are lined up at food banks. 1 in 10 Torontonians are eating at a food bank right now. There was a riot at a Montreal food bank because the food ran out, and they had to call the police to break up the disruption. Now there's 8,000 people who have joined a Facebook group called the Dumpster Diving Network, where they share tips on how to jump into a dumpster and get a meal out of it. It's crazy. Never would we have imagined this before Trudeau. We now have tent cities in every major center in the country. Some people are even calling them Trudeau towns. These homeless encampments everywhere. And then we have, of course, it takes 25 years now to save up for a down payment for the average family in Toronto, where before Trudeau you could do that. You pay off an entire mortgage in 25 years.
Yeah. That's right.
So then there's the crime. You know, in Trudeau's Canada, they say this is how you deal with car thieves. You leave your keys at the front so they can just take them and make off with your. Why don't we go a step further? Just leave the keys in the car and leave it on so that it's nice and warm when the.
Give him a coffee and donuts and everything.
Yeah, I saw that. There's a great video that went around. Did you see this
I saw that
video?
one.
It's
Yeah.
hilarious, unbelievable. But but the good news is life wasn't like this before Justin Trudeau. He's not worth the cost, not worth the crime, not worth the corruption,
That's right.
not worth the country we know and love. We're going to replace him with a common sense plan. Not only are we going to axe the tax, we're going to cap spending and cut waste to balance the budget and bring down inflation and interest rates. We're going to lower income tax so people bring home more of each dollar they earn and hard work actually pays off. We're going to bring in a blue seal, professional standards, so immigrant doctors, nurses, and other professionals can take a test, prove they're qualified, get to work within 2 months. We're going to incentivize provinces and municipalities to speed up building permits to build more homes. We'll require cities permit 15% more homes per year as a condition of getting federal funds. If they hit the target, they will get their money. If they beat the target, they'll get a bonus. If they miss the target, they will lose federal money. This will incentivize faster permits, more home building,
That's right.
and more affordable roofs over people's heads. We want these homes to be in safe neighborhoods, and that's why common sense conservatives will get rid of bail, house arrest, and early parole for violent offenders and career car thieves. We're also going to bring in mandatory prison time for extortion, something that Trudeau took away. We're going to get rid of catch and release. It'll be jail, not bail for repeat violent offenders. We're going to bring in scanners at all of our ports so that our shipping containers are scanned to see what's inside them. That will stop the car theft. Right now, the demand at the ports creates a push for thieves to take a car every 40 minutes from Brampton. Well, if you scan the shipping containers, you can identify the stolen cars, interrupt the illegal export, give the car back to the owner, and track down the one who put it on the shipping container to put them in jail. But that's how we're going to end the car theft crisis that Trudeau's policies have unleashed over the last 8 years. We're going to put parents back in charge of their children. We're going to stand up for parental rights. Parents and parents alone should be able to decide what they would teach their kids about sexuality and gender. We are against radical gender ideology of Justin Trudeau.
Amen.
And we stand with parents who want safety, who want drug-free communities. We're going to bring in more treatment and recovery for people addicted, not giving out free drugs to addicts. We're going to repeal the censorship law, C11 and C18, which has shut down many of your businesses and favored the corporate and state-controlled media. We're going to ban all of my ministers from any involvement in the World Economic Forum. We're going to ban the IRGC terrorists and kick out the 700 agents that are part of the IRGC and operating in Canada and creating chaos and abuse for our Persian and Jewish populations. We are going to rebuild our military once again and fly our flag proudly because we are patriots. This is the common sense of the common people united for our common home. Your home, my home, our home. Let's bring it home. Thank you.